So like now that they've shown me that they just like pretty much like replicate people and make things appear out of nowhere and stuff like that. Like the replicating people thing is pretty much like the telling point. Like it could easily be explained that they're placing people in the world to go drop $100 bill over here for me to pick up or something like that, and or a dollar over here or whatever outside of my vehicle when I wake up in the morning or whatever they want to do. Um, Things magically appear that I ask for, like this coat and stuff like that. The coat's easily explained, but some of the stuff's a little more harder, like shoes on a shelf. Like, what did they like? How did they know I was going to that store? How did they know I was going to drive out to that store on that day and then stock the shelves with the shoe I was like pretty much the exact shoe I was looking for, a different brand name, but the same shoe I'm looking for. Things like that, different thousands of miles away from where I start. Things like that, but you know, it makes me all this stuff like makes me like all added up properly. There's like NASA supports this Satan Claus thing. This Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They believe in him and they track him when he flies through the air, just like they track their rocket ships going to the moon and not in Mars. I'm assuming just it's the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same. That's what I think they do. They're always like doing this, like, and I don't think it's they. I think it's like whatever is puppeteering them and stuff as the host is like making that stuff happen. Because, if I was some advanced race and I wasn't like purposely like resetting my mind to come back into this world, like I'd have all that previous knowledge and not just like thousands of years knowledge. I'd have like the ability to know everything real fast and stuff. And they don't really seem to possess that, so I don't think it's them either, just because like the system has set them up in a certain position that it's necessarily meaning that they're any different than the other ones. I mean, hell, supposedly they can breed, but then again, like, what is the breeding thing? Everyone goes to sleep at night, they wake up the next day believing in COVID, and they wake up the next day knowing every science fact in the world about COVID and not knowing who Isaac Newton is. And hell, he was attacking Isaac Newton, and he like invented chemistry. And I mean, if you just simply understand math and logic, like, they never said that, but it's just that simple. And then they're attacking him, like, but he's known for the gravity thing, but they're still attacking him and all this stuff. So it's like no one's cared about that. It's just another one of those rabbit holes you go down to. Like, how stupid is this person? Well, like, who cares? Like, how stupid is NASA for tracking Satan Claus and these pagan reindeers and on his every religion worships the sun solstice, don't they? So it's all the same thing. But when they can do that, and they just like puppeteer humans to do a whole bunch of stuff. What does a human mean? How come I had to be brainwashed that like they were like this unique individual living race when they can just clone them and stuff? And what's the point of deceiving me? What's the point of trying to deceive me when I come into this world? Like, to what? If someone came up with that answer, I can come up with answers to it. It's a pretty complex question if you haven't got that far, because it's really complex to understand it. It was that the whole point just to deceive me and stuff. I know once they came to me and they're like, well, if you control the world, why would you want people to know that? And it's like, well, why would I want people to think I'm just like trash they can kick around? Like, and they're like, oh, well, these things happen because it makes it exciting and fun when people like toss you around, and then you like, smack them around for it or hunt their family down or whatever you do, and it's fun times. And it's like, yeah, it is fun. It's probably fun to watch it. Whoever's watched that stuff probably, laugh their asses off and shit, just like we did when we did it. But it's like the only other answer to the clone thing really is that everyone's choosing unique or not so unique avatars when they come in. And the avatars come with the same voice prints, the same voice patterns, same voice cadences, and all that stuff. And yeah, yeah, I don't know about all that. So but what I do know is if everyone like comes together and does those little Illuminati dances and does the clone stuff and speaks to me about stuff they don't know, then those people have identified themselves as alignment with a certain thing, with a certain system. And well, that certain system is like kept me in the dark my whole life. And apparently now they're like saying it was funny, the shit that happened to me in my life. The things that like prevented me from moving forward to do the one or two things I want in the world. One or two things I want. That's not much. Like it's expanded since then, but hardly at all. Because those one or two things are really all I wanted or needed. And it's like, oh, you could be really good at that by now, or I could just be better than everyone else. And I really don't accept the latter, because why aim to be better than everyone else? Why not just be the best you can be and just keep going and stuff? They always have this excuse about oh, this and that, like if you get to the end of your goal all fast, then the journey isn't, the journey's over and you didn't enjoy it. And it's like, well, we didn't start the goals. We didn't start the goals, and the journey doesn't end. The goals don't end. The goal itself doesn't end. You get that? See, that's another sign too, that they're just as AI as the rest of the things that are being summoned in the world around me. Is they don't understand continual effort. Like how you can build a building and then it's the best building ever, but the next day you want to build another building better than it. They don't seem to understand how it's possible. They think that building the best building ever would be like the best thing anyone could ever do, and the world lives happily ever after. You now build a building. Congratulations, you've won a free iPad. Man, well, some of their nonsense be acting up, but what I do understand is when I see groups of people doing this stuff all in unison, all of a sudden they're all Madonna's dance trope, and they know math, geometry so well. They combine that with their years and years of ballet and miming and acting experience, and they can all network together just wherever you go. Every human is so advanced in ballet and networking and geometry and dancing and choreography. I guess choreography is the word. I'm looking to sum up most of that stuff. But it's hard pills to swallow, and I like pills. So I choke down stuff that makes me throw up, and then drink to throw up. Pills are good. So there's not really many hard pills to swallow for me. What is hard to swallow is bullshit. It just stinks so much, and no one wants bullshit. I mean, gals just sit around and do nothing. I guess beef. I guess people need to eat their beef or something. They definitely need their beef, huh? That's what this whole thing's about, is beef. See, look at another parable. Always the parables, isn't it? They love the beef. They said it's exciting. It's exciting when people step in your path and they're like, hey, no, you can't do that. You can't play a video game. But in 10 years, we're going to start giving everyone else in the world money for like being video game players and winning video game tournaments. But you can't do it because you're a loser. And no one wants to do that stuff. How many other of my ideas are like in this world, in like just like the entire structure of the world, that like I've been ran over for, and then they're like, oh no, but we don't want people to know who you are.